We're talking with Jessica Strickland of the Cooperative Extension Service. I wanted to ask you, we've had some cold weather here lately. The temperature's getting down below freezing. And people are concerned because suddenly their azaleas are dying and the dogwoods are fading. And so what's going on?
We've had some unusual weather. I think all of us were very excited that it warmed up early and quick. And we were seeing 70 degrees and it was very warm and everything started blooming really at almost the same time, it seems like. Our Bradford pears, azaleas, red buds, dogwoods, everything started blooming. Unfortunately, everybody was a little skeptical that it was early and would we get a late freeze or a late cold snap, and that's happening.
We did.
Yes, we did, and then there's another one expected, so we got kind of a double dose of it in 1 week, and it did affect a lot of plants. I know personally I had red buds that the new young tender growth was affected, turned brown. Some people said azaleas. We've heard about Japanese maples, crepe myrtles, pecans, blueberries, strawberry. All of those were a major concern, especially with the ones with the fruit products coming off that. There's a concern of, would that affect the fruit and the harvest later on, possibly. So it's and it's one of those, we've had some questions of what can I do to help now after it's already happened. There's not a lot that can be done, unfortunately. It's really just kind of wait and see. The big thing we tell people is trying to do something to fix the problem is going to cause more harm than good. So don't try to fertilize extra. Don't try to prune it out. Just kind of give the plant a chance. A lot of these trees actually have a really good backup system. They've got stored energy and they're going to pump out some more leaves. And you might have lost the flowering for that time, or some of our fruit could be like pecans were tasseling out for pollination. We could have less pecans possibly, but
at the same time though, Jessica, many times that if that bud hasn't opened, then it's okay.
That's right.
Many times,
and that's what's hard to know. It's hard to know for sure until later on as to how cold was it and how long it was that cold temperature play roles in it. Some people are in little microclimates where like the roses behind us look fine. I know other people, their knockout roses might not have looked so great. So it's tough to say. It's one of those, it's really a wait and see game.
So the best thing to do is just wait. Don't do anything.
Don't do anything.
That's right.
Yes.
Okay, so if we have another freeze, and it's not April 15th yet, but even though it may become April 15th, that's only an average date. It may freeze again after that.
It could, yes. And
so in preparation of, if we have new flowers and new growth to bud out, what do we do to protect our flowers and plants? Is there anything we can do?
There is a few things you can do. If there's some of your plants that, you might not be able to cover every plant, but if you've got blankets or old bed sheets and you want to cover those plants, the ones that you want to try to protect the most and kind of pick and choose which ones to protect, cover those bed sheets, but encase it to the ground. Don't just throw it over the top because your cold air is still going to get up under that sheet. What you're trying to do is kind of encase it to the ground, and so that way it's collecting the heat from the ground into that plant and creating a little bit of a greenhouse type effect. You want to be careful not to use plastic.
Do not use plastic.
Plastic touching the plant will burn it and cause more damage than good, so stay away from plastic. Your vegetable transplants, sometimes even online you can order row covers, that fabric-like material that can be used to cover your vegetables. If you planted tomatoes a little early, or the potatoes are above ground, or peppers are a little early putting out, then you might be able to cover and protect those still.
Okay, so I think that pretty much covers that. So just wait and see, and if we have another freeze, protect your new growth and your buds. Again, if the bud is a tight bud and is okay, you may be okay there. But
usually it's the issue of whenever it's open flowers or you got really young tender leaves that have just came out. That's usually a concern. But like you said, if the buds are still tight and closed, then that's usually protecting itself enough.
Okay. Anything else we need to cover right now?
I think that's the big thing, is we're kind of waiting until that April 15th. Usually everybody's excited with their vegetable garden and wanting to get tomatoes and peppers that we usually put out after that April 15th. And like you said, that's an average, as far as frost date. Doesn't mean that we could have a late frost, we just never know. But usually after that we're in pretty safe territory for the most part to go ahead and plant more of our warm season vegetables and flowers. And I know a lot of people have been very anxious to get their bedding plants and wondering where are they at in the stores and such. But the garden centers and everybody know that we're not to that point. We're too early yet. So they're, be patient, give them a little time, because I know they've got their flowers and everything ready and they're ready to go. They're just, we got to get to that point.
I know in the past I get impatient and I want to go ahead and put things in the ground, but just hang on, right? It's a little early yet.
Yeah, it'll get here.
Okay. These flowers behind us, what are these roses?
These are knockout roses we have at the office, and they were blooming early, and these don't appear to have any damage from the cold snap that we had.
But cold can damage them.
Yes, it can damage
these look
them.
Great.
But roses are tough. Roses are going to bounce back. They're ones I wouldn't worry about covering really, because they're going to bounce back and come back. Probably with our pavement and sidewalks, they probably had some heat to them to keep them warm.
Kevin Johnston shared some information with us and some insight, and he's had some roses that he had a pretty tough time with. He said they can't die. Well, I'm sure they can.
But they could, but you got to work at it a little.
You got to work at it, yeah. But these are tough.
They are.
Yeah, they bounce back. But these knockouts, what's the difference between knockouts and other cultivars?
Knockouts are more of a shrub. It's kind of the newer popular rose. They're more shrub-like instead of your modern roses that have the 3 to 5 canes that have the large individual flowers on it. These keep flowering for a long time. They start early and they keep flowering on even into the fall sometimes. And they don't require as much maintenance. They're more disease resistant than some of the other roses. So they become very popular as a great shrub that flowers and provides some color.
For a long time through the season?
Yes, for a long time through.
And you don't have to go out and prune them every day?
You don't have to. Usually we say, to go and prune them back in the late winter, early spring, before the new growth starts. You can really cut them low to the ground and let them rejuvenate and come back, and that kind of keeps them compacted and tight, more lower to the ground, or a smaller shrub. And then you can go back about May or so and head them back just to control the size even more.
So we recorded this. Today is it's early April. So are we within a window that we could prune these rose bushes?
Probably a little late. You can see the ones behind us. It's got a lot of leaves. They're flowering. Yeah. Probably a little late, but I would around mid-May even to the 1st of June. If they're getting too big, you can go back and head off about a third of them just to reduce the size, and they'll still bounce back.
So it's
and
a little
flower.
Early right now to do it, but wait until mid-May, late or early June.
Yes.
Okay. Now, what if you have knockout roses and they're not blooming?
Be a few things to check. It could be a soil issue for as far as fertility, needing fertilizer. A soil test would help with telling that. Usually that's the first thing think of possibly. Is that
so if they're not blooming, would it be okay to cut those back?
It could be still got a lot of leaf growth on them. Yeah. You're going to delay it down. Okay. So it might not depend on how much growth you got. If you got a lot, I wouldn't want to at this time.
Wait till May.
Yes.
Wait till the middle of May or early June. All right.
Yes.
Jessica Strickland, how can someone get in touch with you if they have questions and then they don't want to talk to the clinic?
Okay, they can call our office at 919-731-1520.
731-1520. And again, the plant clinic here, you can call 24 hours a day, leave a message, and they are here on Mondays and Wednesdays.
Yes. 10 to 1.
From 10 to 1. If you have a question about planting anything, about perhaps a disease you have found or a garden pest or something like that, then you can call them at 731.
Their number is 731-1433.
1433. All right. Jessica Strickland, the horticulture agent for the Wayne County Cooperative Extension Service. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Yes.